Hey, good morning, true art believers. This is Pearson today, and I'm getting ready to start my drawing today. Start my drawing this morning. It's an early one. I'm trying to start a little bit earlier each day, but it is what it is. I didn't get up as early as I'd like, or actually, I did get up pretty early, but I had well, I wasn't feeling up 100%. I got all these pins on my desk here. I wasn't feeling up, you know, 100%. So it took me a while to kind of get mosey on up and start drawing so early in the morning. So we're good to go. Before we start, we're going to do this little cool, little handy dandy intro. So I'd be like, yay, I'm so cool. I got an intro. I guess we're just going to do that. That was beautiful. All right, now it's time to start. And we're going to start. We're going to hit it good. I need to I probably should do this before I start typing a little. Oops, not that. That's my website. Don't need to type my website in. I know that website already. We're going to type a little timer. Going to get my stylus out. Got my stylus out. We're good. Start this timer to kind of give me a good gauge where I'm at, you know. And let's begin. Yes, I remember what I wanted to do is for this session is to this last session to spend some time on the flowers. And then the hands don't look that bad from afar. Actually, what happens is when I work on these drawings, I tend to lose sight of like how decent some of the stuff I've been doing is, like looks. Because sometimes, well, me personally, sometimes you're when you work on a drawing for so long, you don't you stop losing, you start to lose, like you lose vision, if that makes any sense, right? You lose the sight and things start to look a little less pronounced, not as real, or you aren't seeing the stuff that you should be seeing. You know. And so because of that, after a while, when you start working on drawing for so long, you just lose sight of some of these flaws or some of the things that are really good with it. Not the flaws, but there'll be times where things are really good. Like the drawing looks really good, and to some extent you're like, this looks pretty good. Then you don't notice things that you normally would notice. So it's always a learning experience, and I think it's going to take me a while to kind of gather up some steam with my conversation, with my what I have to say. I think it's because I'm just waking up, and I'm having to process thoughts so early in the morning. And so that's slowing me down a bit. But I just woke up and well, I woke up with a tummy ache. I hate to say it, but I did wake up with with a darn tummy ache, and I just felt like ugh, not awful, but I did not feel 100%, you know. And so I woke up with a tummy ache, and I just been trying to drink a giant glass of water. Not even a giant glass of water. I probably should drink more, but like I drink a glass of water and I felt a little bit better, but I could stand to drink more, and it probably won't happen until probably about 3 hours from now. I'm gonna work until for about 3 hours. That's the goal, to get 3 hours of drawing in. That's what I'm shooting for. So we'll see how that pans out. You know? So all I'm doing right now is just using the color selector tool and just darkening things that need to be darkened, lightening them up in areas I think that could be a little bit lighter. So the timer is not really meant to kind of time myself. It's meant to kind of time where I'm working, like the time, like the sections. So like I tend to work on things in sections for an allotted period of time and then move around. So for the timer today is going to be, I'm going to be using it to work on this section for 25, and then I'm going to be using another 25 to work on another section, and so forth. So that's what the timer's for. It's not really meant for anything else. It's not meant to time how long I work. I typically work for about 2 hours. If I can get an extra hour in, what I'm trying to do is get a 3 to 4 hours in. And I would have had 4 or 3 hours and 30 minutes if it wasn't for having a tummy ache. And I say tummy ache, but really it's worse. It was worse than it was like, it just felt awful. Like, ugh. So that tummy ache will get you. I only hope that my headphones will last that long. I don't think they will. Time-wise, I just don't think they will. I don't think it's got I don't think it's got the juice in them. Man, I got a ferocious stomach ache. I woke up, was like, what is this? Why do I have this stomach ache? Did I eat a bunch of candy or something I didn't know about? Oh. I don't know. I don't know what it came from. I don't know if I should be working much more on this flower. I don't really feel like I need to be doing much more. You know? Like at this moment, I think it's fine. I think part of the reason why I think it's fine now is I'm starting to let go of the reins a bit and just be like, it is what it is at this point. We're just gonna, if it turns out, it turns out. If it doesn't, I don't care. I got to this, I'm just like, I don't really care anymore. I'm not saying I don't care, but the micro rose part that is going to be covered up partially is going to be, it's not as important as I'm giving it, you know. So I might just work on it for 25, like this 20 minutes or so, or 17 minutes that I have left, and just move up towards the areas that I need to work on, which will be I need to work on the hair. So I'm going to work on the guy's beard, see how that turns out, work on the woman's hair, see how that turns out, and then we're going to start moving down the line on the guy's face and putting the details in, and then adding like skin textures a little bit in areas just to add a little bit of realism, and then kind of call it a day. Probably heighten some of the heighten some of the colors that I have there, but with like high contrast, like brush strokes. That's just thing. That's what I think I'll be doing. I don't know. It could change. I gotta talk about it, you know. Gotta think about it. I gotta talk about it a lot so that I have an idea, so that I have like a strategy. And talking about that strategy helps. You know, that's something that I think beginner artists don't really think about as much, or maybe even professionals don't have a strategy, and maybe they probably should have one. You know, like maybe they're just so good they just know when to stop, or know what their aesthetic looks like, and they don't need an to write down or rationalize or can think about when is this ending. You know, I thought I'd try something different. But yeah, just another day in paradise here. Another day in paradise. It's just another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for you. You and me in paradise. Paradise. Man, I'm tired. It's nothing new though. I shouldn't be like upset. And I probably should not talk about how just like I'm forever sleepy. I'm so sleepy. Yeah. You always talk about that, man. Tell us something we haven't heard. Well, what do you want to know? What do you want to know? Tell me. Open your mind. It reminds me of the Total Recall. Open your mind. Open your mind. Quaid. Is it Quaid from Total Recall? I think I might sneeze. I might be a little bit more pumped up if I had some caffeine in me. I haven't even had my I haven't even had a sip of coffee yet. You know, I gotta get that coffee in me. Maybe that might help. That might pep up my step. Who knows? Put a little pep in the step. Pep, pep, pep. See, I don't really mind it. It's not that bad. Not the greatest, but I know it's not bad for what it is, you know? Mm. Mm. That coffee's not hot. It's kind of cold. That is not what I had expected. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm just gonna work on it for the next 8 minutes and then move on because I think it's okay. It's not a bad. It's not like it's a secondary element. It's a small like thing in this drawing, and it's I just thought it'd be nice to kind of have it there as that, and that's why I put it there uh, early on in the drawing. But like, it's not gonna make or break my drawing. I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, I should have really doubled down on that rose action. That rose action is where it's at with the drawing. You should have really went in. You should have went all in on that rose. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not a bad drawing. It's not a great one either. I can't wait to start a new one. I just need to start a new one. It's this one's running its course and I'm just kind of like, nah. Yeah. I don't want to work on it anymore. Yeah. And because I'm getting to that point, you know, I just want to keep I just want to move forward, move on, you know. And if everything you know is wrong, move along, move along. just to make it through. You and you. Move along, move along, move along. Move along, move along, move along. Do, 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 do. I need to listen like some music. Maybe I should. It's been a while since I listened to some cool music. You know what? I might listen to Phil Collins. Cause all I've been doing is listening to this meditation music, and I just wanna, I just want to to some beats, dude. I just want to listen to some beats. You know, I want to listen to some hardcore beats and really just like chillax. You know, I don't ever get to do that. Like, I don't ever. Well, I choose not to do it because sometimes it can backfire when I listen to music and kind of it can it can what can it do? Well, it can do it. That's for sure. Maybe during break, I'll put on some tunes. That'd be pretty cool. I think I'll do that. I think that'll be my gift for myself for the weekend. Guess what you get, man? You get to listen to whatever you want. Like, what? It's too many choices. There's too much music out there. I can't listen to it all. Do it, man. Listen to the music. No, I will not listen to the music. Like that Bill and Ted movie that just came out. Jeez, guys. I've been watching a lot of Star Trek lately. That's it. Tell us more about the story on your Star Trek. I don't got one. All I've been doing is just watching Star Trek lately. Really nothing much out there with the Star Treks. I hear people don't like the new Star Trek or the new ones. That's what I hear. That's what I'm hearing the grapevine. It's kind of, yeah, I can see why. It's pretty hard to beat the first two series. You know, I mean, the first one was like cheesy sci-fi, like really cheesy because it was William Shatner. You know, and the one after that was more of a serious tone, and this overall more serious. Well, not more serious, but they definitely it was more serious. But I'm actually finding out that it's a lot more adult than I remember it being. I was like, this is they're talking, they're being really adult. They're talking about some serious issues. There was a lot more innuendos than I remember there being, but also I'm older now, obviously. Space, the final frontier. These are the stories of the Star Trek Enterprise. To explore new worlds. To boldly go where no man has gone before. That was a pretty good intro. It's kind of long though. For a TV show, it was a long intro. I think that was the time during a time when they actually showed the intro. Time. Take a little break. I'm gonna put on some cool tunes. I can't. The let's I got some Phil Collins. It's gonna it's gonna it's gonna question what I my choices is like. This is not what usually you select, sir. We're gonna have to change the algorithms on you. That's what we're gonna do. Ooh, there's a YouTube mix, a Phil Collins mix. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. It's been a while since I listened to Phil Collins. I'm surprised he only has like 1.3 million, you know, views or followers. Like that, he's certainly more talented than half the people. Uh, uh, there we go. This is the best one. Phil Collins live in the air tonight. You can't beat that. Let's try that. We're going to try that out. It's going to be playing in the air tonight. I haven't listened to music in forever. Well, not the kind of music that I want to listen to. But here it is. The live. So I'm no longer going to work on the flower. It's done for all I'm concerned. You know. Ooh, yeah. It's feeling good. The music. It's coursing through. You could feel it. Ooh, yeah. Final details. I'm making a new groups. Whoa. I hate it when it does that. I don't know why it does that. But it does. Now we're going to play around with the hair. I got this beard started. Where's that brush that I was thinking about using? I think it was this one. Yeah. That's where it's at. It's such a sad song. Well, he had like soft rock. I think someone remember. Someone said like, I didn't realize Phil Collins was all soft rock. He's a soft rocker. Okay, we're gonna do the hair. I don't know how this is gonna work out. I think I'm just gonna do this and see what happens. Oh yeah, the beat, it's coming. Too bad I can't play it for everyone to hear. I'll get sued. You can't play that song on while you're streaming. He's singing the chorus. Yeah. In the air. He feels it. Apparently, he's been waiting for this moment all his life. Coming in the air tonight. This song gets me going. Oh Lord. It brings me back to the time when I had my friends would hang out. That's when he had HBO and watching music videos or watching live shows was a treat where you couldn't just look them up. I need to be able to play music while I stream, but I can't. I'm in a bind. Well, I remember. Ooh. How could I ever forget the first time we ever met? But I know the reasons why. You don't fool me, 'cause the hurt doesn't shout. The stain still grows stranger than you. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Just listen to some tunes, man. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know if this is the way to go about it, but why not? There's another reason why I probably don't listen to music. I get really distracted real quick, real quick. The mustache, well, you don't understand. The mustache impedes on my ability to talk. It really does. Yeah, that was beautiful. I'm gonna go back to not listening to that because this is too intense. It's too like demanding of my attention because it's just like, wow, this is awesome. This is some good music, man. This gets me going. But like it gets me going, but it slows me down at the same time. So I can't listen to that. I need something that will kind of make me think a little bit. So I got to listen to like music that doesn't really stimulate me in that manner, in that like form, manner. I think it's manner. You wouldn't understand. Yeah. So can't listen to that, man. I enjoyed it, but it did slow me down, and I was more into the music than my drawing. I guess I just don't have it in me to focus on two things at once, or maybe I wasn't really good at in the first place, and I thought that me listening to music while I draw was something that was plausible, or at least I could function a lot better than I really am able to do it. No, but not anymore. Like, I guess that's why a lot of people will listen to like maybe they'll listen to what would you call it? Uh, Classical music. I'm sorry. The words were escaping me at the moment. So I'm using this brush that has this like to me it has a hair-like quality. I don't think it was intended for that, but I think it's a good quality to kind of it's a good brush to use for like clumpy hair. But again, I don't think it was meant to be used like that. Or that it wasn't like this is a hairbrush. No, I just think it works pretty good as a brush that creates like hair-like effects. So I use it, and that's why I'm using it right now. I mean, it works pretty good. It could work better, obviously. But I mean, it looks okay. It's not like a great effect. Man, it could be better, but like the thing is, I'm working off this like. See, I'm making up information here. I'm just making things up. I probably could make things a little bit darker. I really want to I want to add contrast to the. So we go down to luminance and make the core shadow here a little bit darker. Just you can't really tell. But certain areas I could probably stand to make darker, especially on the bottom of the chin. But yeah, you can kind of tell a little bit once you start adding some more tones there. But it is what it is. I don't know. I really don't know. Perhaps this is not the way to go about the drawing, but this is how I'm going about it right now. And I'm using the information I have on hand, or the information and the patience that I have on hand. Right now, I'm running low on the patient front because I want this drawing to be done. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I just wish I could listen to Phil Collins and draw at the same time, that's for sure. But no, I'm listening to this, listening to like this meditation music. It's like, I guess the best way to describe it is just like dull hums, but that are oddly soothing. But it's not like it's causing me to. It's not a very. It's not like Phil Collins where it gets you all pumped up, ready to seize the day and probably at a party, I guess. See, like when I do a color swatch of this, it's like a purple, and I don't want that. Like I don't understand why it keeps grabbing purple, but it is. It's grabbing that purple and going with it, but it's not purple. It's like a dark blue or something. But again, I'm just making up where the hair is at. It doesn't really. Perhaps I think there's like tricks you can do to make the hair look more real. I think if I were to, we do like do some whoa, you do like really. I think you're supposed to do like little wisps or something like that. Little wisps of hair. Oh, that'll be like the last thing I do, little to make those little like wisps of hair kind of show through. Let's kind of back out, see if that's something like where I want the beard to kind of be at. It's okay. Just as like a simple beard, I think it works. I always found it kind of weird to use these brush strokes to kind of create like the illusion of hair. You know, some people embrace it. Me, it feels really weird to do. So, but we're getting there. We're getting somewhere. I think that what I'm doing right now that's causing problems is I need to zoom out just in general. I don't need to be going so micro with it because I don't think it's necessary. And I think that's one of my problems with drawing digital is I tend to zoom in too close. And so I lose, I don't really, I guess you would say you make up details that are there or that you see those details, but you don't need to model them or render them at all. This darn iPhone is not playing music. What is going on? Drive me bananas. I just want to play music and not have to worry about it cutting out every 5 seconds. It's like, come on, guys. I know I'm streaming and I know I'm taking a lot of bandwidth. Come on, dude. Come on. Give me that music, bro. Just give me the music. It's not that hard. Man, we're dealing with like amazing like whoa! I just drew that there. I hate it when it does that. I think the reason why it does that is because I'm using a tablet and well, obviously I'm using a tablet, but the I don't have like a little skin cover thing and it's thinking I'm doing an action, but I'm really not. And so it does that flip every time. So I gotta fix that sometime in the future. That's gonna have to be a little side project, you know. That I gotta play around with. So I think that the beard's gonna be for 25 minutes. Well, not even that. I have 11 minutes left, and then I'm gonna work on the hair. That's what I'm gonna do, and we'll see where we're at. Maybe by that time I'll have like basically this is just gonna be like the beginnings of the details session. You know, because I really need this done. If I can get it done by Tuesday next week, if I can get it done Sunday morning, that'd be amazing, but I don't think that's going to happen. I just have too much to do. We'll see. But, because I really like to start another drawing soon, and I got a few things I got to do. I got to see if a client wants me to draw a portrait, but I don't think they like the price. I just don't. I don't think they like it. I told my price, and there, what happens is when you tell a price, your rate, you're like, if they go silent on you, that's what I get. They just like, if they go silent, oh, that usually means they don't want to pay that amount. Like, come on, guys. It's like do you realize what you're paying for? You're paying. You're not really paying for the drawing. You're paying for my time. Because it, I'm going to be this amount of money that you're paying me is basically paying for my week, you know, and or 2 weeks. And I'm not trying to be mean, you know. It's actually quite a fair price. You know, it's not like a terrible price, but I think it's definitely a decent price to have. It's not like to offer. I mean, certainly there's a lot more expensive artists out there, but you know, I'm not trying to take your money and leave. Although it feels like it right now because I have so many portraits to do that it feels like I'm doing that because I'm not able to get to them quick enough, and that's really frustrating to me. That is really frustrating that I haven't been able to pump these drawings out as fast as I like them. You know, just they're just not coming. They're just not. They're just not moving in the direction or in the speed that I like them to be moving. And you know, it's not for lack of trying. I've been trying really hard, you know, probably more than the average person to really get them moving because I've been working every day on them. It's only up until recently have I been streaming them, but they're there and I've been working on them every day. Some days I miss them, you know, and it's not because I didn't want to draw. It's just because I just woke up late and then I had prior like responsibilities that if I wake up late, I can't just get up and draw because I just can't. Like I have to like do things that involve me not to be drawing. So, you know, I just had to, if I can't do it, it's not because I don't want to do it, it's because I literally can't. So I don't think the more I look at this chin area, it needs to be darker. So that's going to happen when I start with the details. So that's what's going to happen. 7 minutes. Okay. I can't hear the pump the ring. Oh, it's so low. That's why. So I have this timer supposed to like do a little supposed to ding, ding, ding dong. Play ya ya ding dong. That was a funny movie. Shut up. Shut up, art guy. I have an art ad on my YouTube channel, a YouTube station saying, "The world has changed. You don't need an art gallery to sell art anymore. Let me tell you the facts. I'm going to teach you how to sell art. Step 1, sell art. Step 2, put the art money in your bank account. Step 3, repeat." That's not the rules. It's like, I don't care about your darn. Like, here's the thing. You're not selling art. You're selling a product to help other artists sell art. So how do you know about selling art? Liar. In this 5 easy step method, I can teach you how to sell your art. I think it's a little bit more complex than that, bro. I think you don't understand. You know, first, they always say, you gotta find a niche. You gotta find a niche, bro. Like, okay. Well, what if I find a niche and I don't like painting that niche 5 years later? You just gotta keep doing that forever. It's like, I don't want to do that forever. Well, that's what you do. Ah, that's what you do, bro. You find you find something that you like doing modern a little bit, and then you just do it forever. It's like, so like if you start selling surfboards or start selling still lifes, and then you do still lifes for 10 years, you're like, I'm burnt out on still lifes, dog. I want I want to do something else. No, you can't. All your customers want your still lifes, bro. Buy them. No, I don't want to do that. Sounds horrible. And that's another thing that's some of the stuff that I hear. It's like you got to have a niche and all that other kind of garbage. And that's true. You do have to have kind of niche a little bit, and it sucks because it it pigeonholes you. Like you look at all the artists on Instagram and Twitter and such. You don't see them doing anything different. You know, like comic artists, the comic artists I see are still doing comic art forever and ever. Like, yeah, to some extent it's better than their first ones, their older ones. But I can make the argument that some of their newer stuff is basically the same as they've been drawing, same skill levels they had for like decades. I'm like, what happened? You guys haven't grown as an artist. And the reason why is because the business has stagnated them. You know, they only get to a certain level. Like why is it that Rob Liefeld hasn't improved? Because the market doesn't demand him to improve. He's Rob Liefeld, man. He's a legend. He started the whole 90s. Like he started comics. Not started comics, but he definitely defined like the 90s comic drawing like aesthetic. And you know, I mean, he's a great artist and you can't take that away from him. But man, the dude can't draw feet. Then again, I probably can't draw feet that well anyway, so like his drawing ability is the fact that he's able to draw really really fast, you know, and really quickly, and that's in the comic industry. That's what you need. That's key, you know. For me, I don't have to draw really quickly, and I kind of like it that way. But still, just because I'm not drawing quickly does not give the person who's hired me to do their commission to kind of like demand, where is it? Like it's not a fast food joint, bro. I ordered my drawing 1 hour ago. What do you? This is a caricature? You want me to draw a caricature with a Sharpie? So be it. Give me that caricature. I'll give you a caricature, a little cartoon caricature, if you want. If that's what you're asking of me, I'll give you a cartoon caricature. It would be fine. I don't mind. I don't mind that, right? But yeah, just a little not frustrated. I just wish I really do wish I could do these faster, because it is wearing on my subconscious because I've been working really hard on them, and I wish I could get them done quicker. And for ease of mind, I was like, getting them done quicker would also do this. It would subconsciously give me the impression that I'm improving, because if I could do the same drawing quicker, that means I've gotten better. And right now, I'm not feeling it. I'm not getting that impression. I feel like certain aspects are getting quicker. Like I can get the underdrawing done quicker. But when I started this area, like this point of the drawing, each drawing's a little bit different. Things change. My aesthetic changes. That's another thing. Like my aesthetic changes as I do more of these drawings, and that's one of the things that people don't understand. Because I grow and I change and I either learn new things, or I start to understand how I want the drawing to look a little bit more, or I learn the brushes a little bit better, you know. So I can see, okay, I'm okay with that. So at first I was worried about the shirt not being dark enough contrast, but I think that's good. Um, at the I can see myself in the future doing something like this, where let's get this person some cool blue hair. Yeah, I can see myself doing something like that, just fun. Although it could read as like gray hair, and I don't know if they'll like that. What if I do something like this? Boom. No, I don't want to do that. Or green. Ooh, isn't that pretty? Woo. It'd have to be like, what if I did like purple? You know, that's something to consider, like a purple, because it goes along with the whole color purple that the background. And the color tones here in this drawing and this image is actually kind of purple. So I'm making another layer, and I'm going to call it hair, you know, and then I'm going to be working on the woman's hair. The thing about this is, like, it's not even really detailed. It's just like a little bit of like, it's just value. I'm just adding darker values. Whoa. I'm just adding darker values. That's all it really is adding darker values. And how are you this morning? I got a few minutes. Oh, my stomach. Ooh. Brief moment, you know. Um, I got 2 minutes before my time till I start my next 25 minutes, and I just want to relax for a second. Well, it's Saturday, so I think it'd be good to kind of relax, to take this time to kind of calm down, you know, just take a breather. I wish I could change my name to PiersonDraws. I've had the same moniker forever. I don't think that really fits me, and it sounds so stupid. But I can't do it because Facebook won't let me change my darn name. It's like, for some odd reason. I just thought PiersonDraws sounds more like a brand, more like something I could sell, as opposed to like Matt Pearson art. But it is what it is. That's a very cold beer. Not beer. I wish it was beer. It's a very cold coffee. Mm, gosh. Mornings. The mornings are tiring. I got 30 seconds. I wonder if I should start up. I don't know. Maybe just take this moment to collect myself again. Really ease into it. So I really like what I'm doing. I like how with the woman I did that I exaggerated the green on the eyes. I think that's going to be something I pursue when I on the final details because I'm gonna be working on the eyes. I'm gonna be working on the eyes and lips pretty intensely. Like those areas I go really in depth. I really do spend some time on them. The other areas, even though I've kind of, it's not bad. It doesn't look too bad. It's 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 getting that. It's growing on me. So I like to draw upside down, and then I think when I get to the final details, I will make the image right side up. So, ooh, I'm making the hair's luminance. Did I see that? Uh, there we go. My phone, my music machine, is not playing music. But that's still a little too light. I need it to be darker. Maybe at 6. Luminance. I don't know how to pronounce that word correctly, but it is what it is. I'm okay with it. I think 6 is maybe go back to 7 just so I can dial it back down or dial it down later on. Again, all I'm really doing is just making it darker because it needs to be darker. And the problem with this hair is like I don't know what it looks like. I kind of just guessed when I worked on it. Yeah, you really can't tell. What if I zoom out? You can kind of tell that I made it darker, but yeah, you can kind of tell. Not by a lot. So I'm just gonna basically go over the hair. I'm not gonna fill it up one flat tone because I want the brush to kind of create that like hair effect ever so subtly. Darn music, why ain't you playing? You're making me upset. I'm so sad. The music's not playing. The music stopped. That's why I'm sad. The music stops. That was a good song. Was it like a rap song? When the music stops. I think what I'm going to do when I finish this drawing, the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a whole session just drawing on my cartoon that I started this week. I'd like to finish it. If I could spend one session on it, I bet you if I spent 1 3-hour session on it, I could finish it. I could definitely finish it. But I'm having to stop I'm only able to work on it like for 30 minutes at a time, or I only allocate 30 minutes at a time because this uh, this is more important. No one out there is buying my pig drawings, so that's kind of funny thing to say. No one's buying my pig drawings. No one wants to buy them. Well, the reason why, bro, is they're flipping pig drawings. I think they're funny. Oh, again, I'm zooming in too much. What did I just do? Oops, I did something and I didn't mean to do it. There you go. Whew, I need to get my stylus here. The music is, it's doing its thing. Whatever, it's doing its thing. I need to zoom out again. Probably need to make the brush strokes wider. Oops. Zoom out, make the brush strokes wider. Yeah. Just make the brush strokes wider. You know, because this hair, you're not going to see it. It's just probably needs to be a little bit darker. I'm trying to decide whether I want some of the like hair texture to come out of the lines, because I'm not too worried about the hair doing that here. I was just thinking about the time I had to fly. I don't know why I'm thinking about that. When a family member passed away, I was just thinking about the time I had to fly. I was just thinking about like how expensive the tickets were. I don't know why I was thinking about it. Just kind of weaseled itself up into my brain. I guess because this year has been kind of awful. I think everyone can agree. You know, everyone can agree it's been awful. And so I've had a few things that have occurred. So just using this kind of hair-like brush to kind of make this hair effect. It's still rather new to me to do this type of stuff, like to have like if you have a brush that literally makes the hair effect for you, why don't you do it? You know, why isn't this music working? So I'm gonna go to my settings here, restart. Yeah, my phone is disconnected. I get it, but yeah, if you have a brush setting that allows you to do it, why not? You know, and I always felt that it was weird. Shut up. I don't want to listen to that ad. Hi, I'm a CIA officer, and I'm going to send you this copy of this thing that I wrote. Buy my stuff. No, no, thank you, sir. I don't care. I don't care for what you're selling, and quite frankly, I don't like the fact that you're interrupting my meditation music. Just leave me alone. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. I don't buy stuff. Listen, I bought pants like 2 months ago, and I haven't bought pants in years. Partially because I'm a starving artist, and buying pants is a luxury item for me. So I didn't buy pants because of that. So there's a little nice little effect there just to see what happens. Yeah, it helps. But yeah, all this is really just tweaking, tweezing around the colors, just playing with it, you know. And to be quite honest with you, like I don't know what I'm doing. I see these. There's this tutorial. There's this thing I've been meaning to do for quite some time, and there's this thing I saw that shows you how to make really cool hair, and it shows you how to make that like it's all sparkly, like it over accentuates the highlights, but it's like a really cool effect. Um, and maybe it's being overused now, and that's why you see a lot of artists that like a lot of portrait artists have the same effect, the same effects going on, like the same glossy lips, the same overly emphasized hair follicles. Like, dude, you're not seeing those hairs. Those are all made up hair follicles, you know? Why, thank you. Um, but like it's all overemphasized hair follicles, you know. So I want to learn that sometime soon, but like I'm just preoccupied with all these drawings, you know. Just preoccupied with doing these type of I don't know. Whoops. Ah, what I'm gonna do is I need to move this photo right on her face. You know, that's what I really need to do is move her photo in the face so I can work on the hair and move lower on the hair. So I don't know what I'm doing right there. I'm just gonna keep it like that. Why not? And we're just gonna move. No, we're not gonna move down yet. We gotta miss something. I saw something and I missed it. Where's my color editor? Or was my where is it? Where is it? The thing about oh, I did it again. This is always funny. So what I did is I moved the layer, but I didn't okay. I moved the layer, but I didn't go to the hair layer. So I was drawing the hair. I was drawing the hair, the new hair, on the layer that had the photo, and I don't want that. That always happens. Where is it? I'm looking for my color, there we go. I closed out the brush puck, and I was like, where is my brush puck? I want to increase the scale of my brush, or decrease the scale of the brush, but that's what I wanted to do. So basically what's happening right now is a litany of biological things. So my stomach is doing a number of responses, and I don't like any of them. I'm basically saying my tummy is not agreeing with me this morning, and I'm struggling. I'm not 100%. That may be too dark. That always makes me when I do stuff like that, and that makes me uneasy. So I'm gonna keep it like that. I liked it before, but I didn't want the I don't know what I wanted. I think it's fine. Maybe what we could do to kind of ease my my conscience is to do something like this right here. Kind of. There we go. We'll do something like that. We'll leave it like that for now. Just small little touches so it doesn't feel like I made like a giant black hole. It's okay. We'll fix it later. We'll fix it in post. I always like to say something like that, like I'll fix it later. It's gonna be better. I'll fix the drawing later. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be we're good. And I never do. I didn't realize the luminance was that. I'm getting a little too close for comfort. I need to zoom out. What am I doing here? Just being. There we go. Do a little bit of that. Oops. Oops. No, we'll leave it. No, we'll leave it. Who cares? It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine, man. You're gonna do fine. This drawing is okay. No one cares that it doesn't look exactly like so. Except for the client. Maybe they will care. I don't know. The customers be like, I want it to look like this. I'm like, I can't. I just can't do it. I'm sorry. So I just got to darken this. I'm just gonna like do like a darker version of that. You know, I'll just do a little darker version of that. See how much time I have left. I have 7 minutes to work on this hair. I think I'm just gonna, again, no details, just kind of play around with subtle tones. I think. Oops. Nothing really, nothing too cray, nothing too crazy. We'll fix that in post. What about this? And no, I didn't do anything. I gotta flip it around. It wasn't me. There we go. Again, just got 7 minutes to work on this hair a little bit more. Just do little things, not like anything spectacular. I think it doesn't need much, and I don't know what it needs, to be quite honest with you. I'm just putting these weird little streaks here and hoping that it makes it a little bit different, a little bit better, even though it's the ROI, like the return on my time investment, is it's not really significant. Like making the luminance a little bit darker and adding that is not going to be like, oh my gosh, you really I wonder if I knew more about like the brush setting, like the brush strokes. I think when I get more experience, I want to spend some time playing with like having like more painterly brushes for some of the hair like some of the hair. And there's some tutorials I have, some modules that I've kind of started that will really get me on the right path, I think. So now that I've darkened the luminance a little bit here, it's just going to make it a little bit more darker in certain areas. It's going to make it a little bit nicer. Basically, I'm by darkening lowering the luminance, I've made it so that there's more variety in the hair, ever so subtly. So it's just small little things. So like you have like the dark black, which is like the 5 or 6 luminance, and then you have the dark black, which is the 3 or 2 luminance. It's probably a little bit overkill, but I don't care. Like I'd rather be I rather do too much than too little, and that's one of the things. One of my problems is like even though you wouldn't know it because it's not a hyper realistic drawing, you wouldn't know it, but there's a lot more here than in some people that have hyper realistic drawings, I guess. Maybe not. I don't know. Because some of the hyper realistic drawings there is like the effects are like to create that realistic effect, that skin effect. All they're doing is they do like a little cheat. They like have a little pore brush that basically adds pores to the skin, you know? Cheaters. I'm kidding. I don't care. But I can't do that here because the photo's not of high enough quality, you know? But it's okay. We're gonna be fine, you know? I think I made it too dark, but what are you gonna do? You're learning, you know? Yeah, I think I made it too dark. Getting a little stressed out here. No, we're fine. See, if I use the actual color if I do like a color test, use the color tester or like the eyedrop tool, look, like how's that color? Like there you go. It's like purple. Maybe I'll do that. I'll use that for like the highlights. So if I want to use, I'll take that and I'm like, hey, there you go. Add a little highlight here, a little highlight there for fun. Why not? What if I test this out? Oh, it's like a weird blue, you know, right? So I don't know. And that could be something to do. I don't know if that's the way, but it is definitely a like strategy. But if you look at the photo from far, you know, like you really can't see the hair. It's just a one giant mass. So I'm just making up, like I can't tell what the hair looks like. And that's one of the problems with when you have photos that are in darkness like that. You're making up like these hairstyles. I just use what I thought was the what I thought to be like the tones of the hair, the directional qualities of the hair. I'm being a little bit uh, expressive with the hair over here just for fun. To give it a little bit more like variety. That way it feels less static, more kinetic, more energetic. But, so that's just what I'm doing. You know, just adding those tones there. It's okay. We're gonna be. I don't know if that was the best way to go. Just subtract that again. All right. So that's time. That means I'm done with this hair for now. Okay. Now time for the details. I've drawn this long enough upside down. It's time to move in. So I think what I'm going to do now is pour some warm coffee, or maybe just drink out of this. Yeah, drink the rest of this. And then we're going to move in for the details. So I'm going to start labeling. We're going to do the guy's eyes. You know, we're going to work on the guy's eyes next. I think for 30 minutes, we're just going to basically we're going to work on the stuff that's closest to the viewer, which is going to be the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. And then we'll do the same to the woman, the eyes, the nose, and the mouth. Then what I'll do, I got to think about what I want to do. Eyes, nose, mouth with guys. Then I'll go ahead and I'll do eyes, nose, mouth, guy. Eyes, nose, mouth, girl, woman. You know, I'll add like subtle skin textures, like the little subtle pores on the guy, and then on the girl, and then I'll add like little flashy highlights for the hair for the both the guy and the girl, the woman, right? And then background, which is going to be a bunch of like layer effects. I think that's what I'll do. But that's not gonna get done today. Well, maybe if I can work, I might get a lot. I might get. I probably will get the guy's eyes done. That's gonna happen. It's got not his eyebrows. Oh, totally forgot. I gotta do the eyebrows. I think the eyebrows will happen right when I'm working on the final like touches for the hair. You know, for both people. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Don't know. I'm just trying to map out the plan here, map it all out so I know what I need to do. It's easier with when you just have one person, one character, one portrait. I've learned the hard way. I think what I'm going to do whenever I get hired to do a couple's portrait or a family portrait, like it's going to be a lot more expensive because it's not like twice the work. It's like 2.5 times the work or 3 times the work. Simply because like I can't explain it. I just can't explain it. It's just more work, and it's not just twice the work because there's an extra person there. It's more. It's like it's at least 3 times more than the work. For some weird reason, I can't explain it, but it adds a substantial amount more like labor, as a substantial amount of labor or more labor is involved when you do a couple's portrait. For some reason, I can't quite explain it, although it's just weird. I don't know, maybe the eyebrows might be done in at the same time as the eyes. You know, it all depends on how smoothly it goes. You know, it all depends. I don't know. So we're just going to work on the eyes now. And unfortunately, it's not like you see these artists that have those that really formulaic eye technique where we do the same thing over and over again. I have something kind of like that, but it's not as good. Like they clearly have the advantage. They got down they have the method down pat. But I do something a little bit more differently. I don't do that like I don't show that muscle underneath the eye that everyone shows. I do emphasize the eyes a little bit more. So typically for like 20 minutes, I'm going to work on this eye. I'm going to see what happens. You know, we're just going to see where it takes me. It's going to take a while. You know, sometimes it might take more than 20 minutes, 25 minutes to do one. It might take me an hour to do one eye. Oh no, the battery is low on my phone. So we might do that now. I'm gonna have to charge my phone up. My headphones. I'll put that on right now so that I have some more juice for a little while. 1 second. Ugh. Which means I'm going to hear myself talk. Oh my gosh, I don't want to hear myself talk. I need some headphones in this joint. I do have some headphones, but I don't want to get them. Perhaps another time we'll get headphones and have them available. Yeah, we'll have some headphones available next time. So what I might consider doing is to have a heading. I might do the eyebrows in a little bit. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We're just gonna see what happens. And I hate saying that phrase, but I really do think it helps to kind of not have uh, a definite answer or a definite solution every time to your drawing. Because typically there's a lot of people that know exactly what they're doing, and I'm amazed by that. I'm just never know. I'm never that certain. I'm never certain enough with that to give solid answers on everything. And it can be problematic, you know? It can be very problematic in that for some people. So I'm just exaggerating and emphasizing certain areas of the eye. You gotta be kidding me. Stop that. I wish I knew how to stop that. I gotta shrink the layer. There we go. So these areas I'm really gonna kind of double down and exaggerate some of the tones, because that's what I see a lot of artists doing. Is they do is like a hyper exaggeration of highlights, because it kind of makes it feel like they're for some reason it makes it more real looking. I don't know why. It's just like clearly their eyes aren't they don't have that much, like, I guess it's like adding grease to the pores. Like you're adding like this layer of this sheen of grease onto the pores, and it's just not there. So I'm just going to be exaggerating areas where the eye is at, you know, overemphasizing tones so that the eyes feel a little bit more like, well, like I've spent more time on them, but also make them feel, start to have them pop out forward more. There's like a fly flying around in this room. Oops. This is an angle that I'm having a hard time drawing, so there we go, something that's close enough. Close enough. Gosh darn it. I'll allow it. Yeah, so I might actually spend an hour on each eye. I don't know. Just kind of playing around. Because I want them to be good, you know? I want them to be good. And unfortunately, I'm not really fast at this. So I just got to tweak it bit by bit, make it better bit by bit. And eventually I'll get to the point where I'm able to, maybe, maybe at the end of the year, after I've done like 5 more of these or 10 more, however many more I've done, I'll be able to, you know, really crank out on these, really get decent results, you know? So that's what I need to be working on. So just small things. Just small little details here and there, you know? Just got to keep working on it. I think, I don't know, we just don't, we undervalue like just putting time into things. I think there's more value to it than we take credit, and we also don't realize how long things take to do, and because of that, people tend to undervalue artists, I guess. You know, they don't think like, oh, this takes no time at all. Like, listen, I don't think you understand. Like, what really grinds my gears about that sometimes is people love to say they like other people's their artwork, but they don't want to buy it because it's a specialty item, you know? Or they say they like it, but what they're saying is they like it and they like it to be free. I'm like, well, I'd like for you to give me that sandwich, or you're a doctor or you're a mechanic. Fix my car for free. Well, no. Why not? You like my art? I like your mechanic skills. You know, I like your mechanic skills. Fix my car for free. Nope, nope, nope. Won't do it. Then don't go around asking for free art, because this is a lot of time is involved in this work. A lot more time than some mechanics spend on a car. You know, actually, yeah, a lot more time. How many times, like when you spend 30 hours on a car, you better be 30 hours making repairs on a car. You better be doing like a whole engine drop, you know? I guess that'd be like the equivalent is dropping a whole engine into a car. I don't know. Usually when you spend that many hours on a repair, it's it's probably better to get a new car. So when I work on these eyes, I'm actually just making up information. I'm barely looking at the guy's face. I'm barely looking at his eyes. I'm just using it as a reference point because the thing is, as I said, I want to push the contrast and his face. I mean, it's just not there. There's no contrast there. It's overly bright, you know. So in order to do that, I have to make up the contrast. I have to push the colors a little bit more, you know. And so that's what I'm doing. You know, that's basically what I'm doing with his eyes. Although it feels a little bit too much, but it'll be much better in the long run. So what I might end up doing is we'll see what time I'm at. 12 minutes. Yeah, I might have to do 2 sessions. I just might. It's probably going to be one of those things where I have to spend an hour on each eye and then another hour on work on the nose, maybe spend an hour on the nose a little bit, or 25 minutes on the nose. Yeah, we're just going to gauge it we're going to play it. We're going to play it by ear, you know? But I don't think I want to spend more than an hour on the eyes, on each eye, because that's 4 hours on two sets of eyes. So that would guarantee me not to be done by until next week, which I am prepared to do. But I just wish it wasn't the case, you know? I really like to start another drawing. But you know, it is what it is. You just do what you got to do to make put the drawing at the level. I know, although like I get kind of yelled at from my wife sometimes. She's like, "You need to finish these drawings," and I'm like, "I'm trying. It just doesn't happen like the way that I want it to." Like, stop over scrutinizing. Like, I'm not really over scrutinizing. It's got a certain aesthetic and it needs to look like this. So, and unfortunately, to make it look like so at my current ability takes this amount of time. Maybe later, maybe maybe in the future I'll be able to go a little quicker, but right now, this is the best I got. I would see people do like around these areas, they would add like these highlights that aren't really there. I guess I didn't do a good job there. I'm not doing a good job either. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Not bad. Maybe I might be able to knock one out in 20 minutes. Oh, yeah, maybe. Maybe I might be able to knock one out in 25 minutes. Like, if I don't get overly detailed. Maybe I don't need to do that type of work on this. That's the problem with me is like, oh, let's just keep working on it. That's another thing. Like, I always want to let's make it a little bit better. Let's do a little bit better. A little bit better, a little bit sharper, a little cleaner. So I'm going to cover up that white for now, and then I'm going to add it back in a second. Just wanted to. Yeah, I don't know. It was good. It was I had some things and I removed them, and now I'm losing all that stuff that I kind of built up that I kind of liked. Um, so I got to bring it back. I was trying to see if I can get it more to what I was seeing, but then now it lost some of that luster. So I might as well just, you know, let's try something that I see people kind of do every once in a while. See, I see people do that, like try to add those striations in there. Uh, I'm doing it really bad, but and I don't know why I would even add striations when it's so far away. You're not going to really see them. You know, I think that's like a thing that you shouldn't be doing unless you're doing like a close up of the eye, and that's what I just kind of learned right now. Like, don't really bother with that. It's a waste of time, Matt. Oops. Now let's and I made a little dot. It's too bright. I wonder if I should make it that bright. Let's see. It's pretty bright. And maybe do like a little bit one right here or something like that. Maybe one right here. And we'll see. It's I got 4 minutes left. Okay, so now what we can do is we're gonna try something. We're gonna go eyelashes. We're gonna make eyebrow eyelashes layer, so I can have the eyebrow eyelashes layer separated and on top of the eyes. Now there's a brush that I had, which I think is a single strand brush that I'm going to use, and he's going to do, you know, just do the black, just do black. Ow. And just use it. See what this looks. Oh, that's too tiny. I use it, but it's usually not that small. And we'll the problem is all the tutorials show like how to make eyebrows and eyelashes for women, and then you like, how do you do that for a guy? Like, you don't want to make them too, you know, too girly, I guess. I don't know. I'm not trying to sound like rude or anything. So the thing is the problem is like, how do you do it? Like, what do you do? There's got to be a. So it's just a really simple thing. All I'm doing is looking at the guy's eyes, and then just trying to see where they kind of pop out the side of the eye a little bit, and try to have it come out, show a little bit of that eyebrow, of the eyelashes. I don't want to like exaggerate it, you know. I don't. Already, I feel that I've made the eyes too purple, and I'm going to have to fix that anyways. They need to be darker. Just they look weird. I mean, they would look fine on the woman, but on the guy, this looks weird to do, like the hyper exaggerate the eyes like that, and that's I don't know. I don't think it's working. Perhaps it's that pink on the side there that I put there a long time ago in the drawing, and I don't know why it keeps zooming out, and that's kind of aggravating me because I'm trying to work here. You know, just trying to work, and yeah, it's too purple. let's do a test here and see what that is. Apparently, look, if I do a little color swatch, the eyebrow, the eye itself is purple. That's crazy. And it's making it harder for me. So I gotta kind of tone down the eye a little bit so it's not like, it's not that. So it looks like I might actually have to spend more time on the eye. On this one's eye a little bit more. Make it darker. I don't know. That's not bad. I'm not too upset with it. Let's go back to the eyebrows, the eyelashes, sorry. And let's it might be the reason why I think it's weird is because I made the eyelashes like black, and you know, although they probably are, they're not going to be as intense a black. They're probably like a gray, and that might be what's causing that that look that I'm not liking. So now what's making me really agitated right now is the fact that it keeps zooming out. I don't want that. I don't want to keep having to zoom back in because it's thinking I'm doing something. I don't know what's causing me to zoom out. I'm not pressing anything, you know. It's just my palm of my hand really aggravating me. It's really distracting. You know, it's just trying to do a few things here. That's not working. That's just not working. I'm going to do this. I'm going to lighten those the lashes up. Stop. Again, it's my palm. Like seriously, I need to get one of those gloves. What do I got to draw with a glove or something? I'm I'm getting a little anxious. I think doing that actually helped, having it be a not a black eyelash, but like a light, dark gray is much better. Still feel like it's a little too sharp edged, but you know, it is what it is. And I think I'm gonna go back to the guy's eye, and I think it needs to be just be darker. I mean, I'm exaggerating the those tones a little bit too much, a little bit more than I like to. I thought it'd be a good touch, you know, but I don't think it's really I don't think it's a good idea. At this point, just seems too vivid for my liking, you know. Eh, I gotta look at it from afar. No, time to tone it down some more. So it does look like I want to spend my 20 something minutes on it. I don't know. I probably should take that pink out there. That should not be that. We're gonna. It doesn't work. I thought it was working, but with the everything that's kind of going on with it already, it doesn't need it. And already these highlights are a little too blue. They look like I'm putting makeup, and mm, they don't need that blue. Maybe like a gray, but definitely not like a blue. So I'm learning that exaggerating sometimes doesn't work too well when it's a guy. It just it looks like I'm putting on makeup, which which is fine. It's just I don't think a lot of people, not every person wants them to look like like I put makeup on them, you know, and that's fine too. But I'm not trying to put makeup on the guy. Is really what I'm trying to say. It wasn't the intention. The intention was to exaggerate the tones a little bit and to create a certain effect that I thought was desired, but it's not working out. Sorry, dude, we're not. It's just not working out. This relationship's over. This relationship's over. Well, it looks like I am going to spend a good hour on an eye. Just adding small little things. I don't mind that. As long as it's moving the visual ticker forward, I think I can deal with it having to spend an hour on an eye and then realize. And what happens is usually the second one goes a little bit quicker because I get the idea. I understand what the aesthetic is, and I'm able to recreate it a little bit quicker. Uh, and so I'm starting to understand what I want the aesthetic to be. Yeah, look at that. That's a pretty sweet eye, you know, and that helps. That helps having that as a guide. So all I'm doing now is just kind of exaggerating things and just keep pushing those exaggerations. Not exaggerating the colors. I'm trying to minimize that. I learned from that experience, but I'm exaggerating just the contrast. Just exaggerating the contrast so things feel more bold. Whew. Just wow. It's working. It's working. We're working it out. We're working out those kinks. I wonder what happened if I really exaggerate some of the lines. Because I see a lot of artists do that. And I wonder if sometimes I wonder if that's what I should be doing a little bit. See, like, I don't know. Don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing. Kind of looks like I gave him pink eye or something like that. maybe it's I don't know. I'm just what happens is when I don't have music, I like in my headphones, I tend to kind of just wander into my little drawing zone and not talk. Yeah, and that's a problem. That is a problem. Oh gosh, I need a stretch. It's sitting down forever. That's hot. All right. Nope. That was me drawing with the mouse. I think I'm good. I think I can move on. I'm gonna do something though. I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna highlight this area, but it's gonna be with like a neutral, more of a neutral gray. I think I'm done with this eye. Let's do a few more things. I keep saying that. I think I'm done. I think I'm done. I'm really not done. I'm just getting started. It's nice to see this kind of come to fruition, start to build up. I'm glad I just decided to. I'm glad I started to work on the details. I was getting kind of antsy, and it's starting to look real good. I think just doing those subtle details is gonna be what really brings it together. I just needed to start. I just needed to do it. You know, that's all that I needed to do is start on it. So after I do this eye, I think I'm gonna spend the next 30 minutes on this eye, and I think that'll be it because that'll be 8. Yeah, that'll be 8 o'clock. That'll be about 2 hours and 30 minutes. 2 hours and I wanted to get no 2 hours and 45 minutes. My goal is to get to 4 hours, but we'll see. I think I want to work on the nose sometime, so that's going to develop this area a little bit in the bridge of the nose. So I'm going to exaggerate tones and so forth. So, but first, we do that. Let's zoom in on the eye here. Okay, let's do it. We're gonna work on this eye, which means I'm gonna have to darken this guy's pupil. Use a darken purple. And the thing is, I don't want to. The problem with what like I see a lot of artists do is they'll like just copy and paste the same eye on the other side. Like, but really, you need to be looking at both eyes separately. I think, or that's just my opinion. I don't know, or maybe I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I'm starting to slouch. Starting to kind of like slouch over. I need to fix that. Wow, 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 wow. Yep. I can normally filibuster a lot better when I have some like noise kind of distracting me, and I don't have any music at the moment, and so it gets really boring when I'm not preoccupied with some sort of secondary auditory like thing. So that's why it's not as entertaining. And I think that having that noise in the background kind of really, I think what it can kind of do for me personally is what does it do? It does something, but I think one of the things it does is it makes me more less I think less, if that makes any sense. And so because I'm thinking less, I'm not like I'm uh I'm not overworking or overdeveloping things in the drawing that don't need to be developed. Or I'm just able to move. I just because I'm and by move I mean just draw, right? I'm able to keep pushing the drawing forward without worrying about whether this is the right action because I'm not thinking about how perfect it has to be or what areas are being neglected, you know. So it kind of helps subconsciously to kind of have that white noise in the background. No matter how many times I do these eyes, they're sometimes they're never always the same. You know, they're never always the same. The other ones seem to go a little bit more organically. This one's gonna be, even though I had that experience, I feel myself right now. I feel like I am locking up and I'm tightening up in areas I shouldn't be tightening up. I need to be loosening up a little bit more. That's not good. So I'm trying to maintain some of that loose feel. And perhaps it's because I'm getting a little fatigued now. I think I don't normally go over 2 hours. Ugh. I don't normally go over 2 hours of drawing straight, and so it's starting to kind of tire me out. So I'm getting kind of tired now. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling like I'm overthinking. Definitely feel like I'm overthinking. And it's not a good feeling having that knowledge that you're like, am I? And maybe it's this. Maybe I need to move the darn photo of this guy's eye in a different position. Maybe I need it underneath. You know, maybe I was having a little bit more success having the eye slightly underneath. It could be the position of the eye where I have my source at that might be slightly affecting some of this stuff. Or maybe it's not. It could be a multitude of things causing this slight hiccup, you know. I'm just going to say it's because I'm really tired now, and it's starting to add like the cumulative effect of drawing for roughly 3 hours, about 2.5 hours straight, is starting to have its and my hand, I'm getting a little carpal tunnel. Okay, that's really getting annoying now. You know, it's I've had it with that. That's super annoying. Just trying to do something here, and it's like, hey, no, guess what? Do I need to put like a piece of paper under my hand like before, so it's not catching my hand? What do I need to make? That's what I'm doing. I have a piece of paper under my hand right now on the drawing tablet. I might need to, like, one of my next purchases will probably be like something to cover my hand, one of those like tablet gloves, because I'm getting really fed up with having to zoom back in whenever it does this stupid stuff where it's, hey, the problem is when it happens is that I'll make a mark and I won't know where it's at because it's so small. And that's what's driving me bananas, is like I'm not pressing anything. And I don't know why it's, but as you can see, I'm getting quite frustrated because it's happened 3 times in a row. And I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know why. I don't have, like, I don't know what to search. Like, why Google, why does every time I'm drawing on Sketchbook Pro, it pans out? Is that what you call it? Zoom out? Because it's a very specific question, and I don't have the answer to why it's doing that. But it's starting to really, really grind now. It's really starting to annoy me because I've been trying to just draw, and every time I get started, it zooms out. There you go. It's happened 3 times, 4 or 5. I don't even know how many times it's happened. Can you see that? That's so annoying. It's the worst. I need to I'm gonna do some research and figure out why it's doing that. You know, I gotta like ask a specific question, like why when I'm drawing with my tablet, it zooms out, and it's because it's really frustrating. You know, it's starting to bug. It's starting to really. Do I have to not touch the tablet? You know, if I don't touch the tablet with my hand, is it going to do that? Is that why it's doing that? Is there some hotkey like active that I don't know? Is there a hotkey active on my tablet right now that is in the background doing something? Is that how I'm going to have to draw for a while? Because that's going to be very, very agitating if that's the case. You know? If I have to draw with yeah, so I'm gonna have to work more on this eye next session because of the first one just went so smoothly, and this one I've had I don't know. I lost it. I lost the momentum, and I think it has to do with a multitude of things. I think one thing was I don't have my headphones, so now I hear everything that's going on outside, and it's really distracting. Uh, for some odd reason, the tablet it's like sensing or thinking that I'm hitting or doing an action that's zooming out, and I can't have it zoom out like that just willy-nilly. You know, it has to stay in this vantage point. And each time it takes me out, each time it zooms out, it takes me out of the process, and I got to zoom back in. You know, it slows me down. You know, 30 seconds, 50 seconds, 15 seconds, a minute, you know, and that adds up. Those minor hiccups add up. And it was aggravating. I can't believe it's happening. Well, I can believe because it happened. It's done. But it doesn't make it any less annoying. So I think what's happening is I'm just getting kind of tired, fatigued, frustrated now. Not really frustrated out the outcome of the drawing, but it's because that drawing's it's looking okay. There's it's not looking too terrible, but like we could have been much further along with the drawing if things weren't doing. Like I have to go slower now because I don't want to put my I'm gonna put my palm on here. It just makes it easier. I need something to support my hand as I draw. I can't. And also, there's a fly just kind of hovering around the like this room. And I do not like the way the fly's wings are sounding. Like zzz. Yeah, I'm really annoyed. Just gotta work through it. I only got like 8 minutes left anyway, so we'll get through it. 8 minutes of annoying fly. I think I can handle it. I think that's a manageable nuisance that we can deal with. So it's not bad. It's not. We'll live. We're gonna live. We'll get through this. We'll survive. Arrgh. Yeah, I'm getting frustrated. And very rarely does it happen. So partially because I'm not thinking, partially now because I'm in the back of my head, I'm really worried that I'm going to have to keep scrolling back into the frame because I'm worried that I'm going to have to adjust that. And so it's slowing me down. And and lots of things are happening simultaneously that are really dividing my attention outside of this room, and which I have to attend to pretty soon. So because my attention's being pulled away, it's going to be very hard. Let's just say that we got paper thin walls and I can hear everything. So I gotta, after this, attend to that and do dad things. Do daddy things, and which is fine. It's just I wasn't anticipating on doing it so early. Let's just kind of see what it looks like we do like just a bright one. I think I learned a little bit today. What I could do is that this one needs to be a little bit foggier. There we go. That makes it look a little bit better because the high contrast is like the reason why this one was working is because I had it foggy. It's sharp in some, but not. It's kind of foggy, like blurry, and that's what you want. So it helps. It's just not. It's not as dark. So the other one's working real good, but this one's not so much. I got a lot of work to do on it. So I can leave the other eye as is. The one that's on the right needs a lot of work. I just gotta mess with it. I don't have the time. I have like 3 minutes left. What can I do in 3 minutes? Not a lot. Just like fiddle with it for a little bit, and then we'll come back to it tomorrow. I mean, perhaps it's like the eye on the right side needs to be a little bit darker, and I'm not making it darker enough. You know, perhaps it's too dark. I don't know. I might need to yeah, only a few minutes. Just a few. Yeah. So it feels like it needs to be darker, or I need to push something. I don't know. Like it might because some things in the surrounding area are not working too well or not working as well as they should. And because of that, it feels odd. Like right here, it needs to be a little more red and darker. Right around here, it could be darker. You know. I think the overall color of his eye right here could be darker, and that will help with the when you start adding tones. This area seems really flat comparatively. And not light, that light. You know, just small things down here. It could be darker. I think this whole side's not dark enough. I think I struggled with it before. And so I think that's it for today. I need to take a break. I just need to take a break and come back to it with some fresh eyes. I like the other eye. It's okay. The one I just started, it's starting to form up, but like I just need some fresh eyes. Take a break and come back to it tomorrow. It's been 2 hours and 40 minutes, which is 40 minutes more, almost probably an hour more. Because sometimes I only get an hour in, an hour and a half in total. Uh, but it's been a good day as far as drawing wise. But we'll be back. So that's it. I want to say thank you for everyone who watched and observed. Hopefully you learned something. You know, maybe you didn't. Maybe you just enjoyed me struggling. But it's okay. That's what we're here for. We're all in it and in our own struggles. And the eye's looking pretty good. I really like the left eye. I'm not dissatisfied with that. And the hair's okay. Like the hair's okay. Once the eyes start dialing in, yeah, lots of stuff. I'm gonna work on it. We'll get there. I wish it was sooner though. Anyways, have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Saturday. Pearson out.